My girlfriend's birthday, posted in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit by Everwing8319. So, around a month ago, while some of my friends and I were talking, we were on the topic of birthdays, and seeing if we knew each other's birthdays. I realized I didn't know when my girlfriend's birthday was exactly. I knew it was in February, I just didn't know the exact date. So I decided to call her and ask when it was. She got a bit upset that I didn't know, told me it was the 17th, and then hung up. So I made a mental note of the day and started remembering what we did to celebrate her birthday for 1 year and then the next. The fact I had memories of a second birthday celebration confused me, because I knew for a fact we met in April of last year after her birthday, so we've only celebrated it once before. I had decided to forget about it and just keep moving. A couple of weeks later, though, I had forgotten her birthday once again, don't judge me, and decided to call and ask again. She said the 17th, and then got angry at me and hung up. After that call, I had decided to write it down on my phone. So I had logged into Evernote, and I found a couple of old passwords and a note that had some of my friends' birthdays and my girlfriend's, but on the note, it said her birthday was the 5th of August. Against my better judgment, I called my angry girlfriend again and apologized, and then asked her what her birthday was again. With a bit of a huff, she told me it was the 17th of February, and I told her that in my note it was the 5th of August. She had asked me why and was super confused. I told her I didn't know either, but that I had remembered us celebrating 2 birthdays, not 1. And when I said that, she said she did too, but she had figured it was only a daydream and not an actual memory. After that, she went to her parents and asked them if they knew when her birthday was, and the both of them remembered it as the 5th of August. She told them it was the 17th of February and legitimately almost cried because they remembered it wrong. She says they looked at her like she was crazy and swore it was the 5th of August. She just kept denying it though, and they had to dig up her birth certificate to verify, but it said she was born in February. She told me that they had both been extremely surprised and had to sit down and examine the certificate and several other documents with her birthday on them. And they even argued that they had her birthday party just 2 months ago. When she had told them that there was no party that she could remember, they just were completely stunned. I'm not sure if it's the Mandela effect, but I thought I should post it, just in case. Strangest thing. I saw my car drive past me. Posted in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit by Wave Person Duality. I've been sitting on this story for quite some time and recently stumbled on the subreddit and decided to share. This is without a doubt the strangest, most unexplainable thing that has ever happened to me, and I get uneasy just recalling it. I'm 17. Early spring winter of 2003, probably around 8 p.m. It was already dark. I'm bored, kicking around my parents' suburban house, and I decide to go up to the local convenience store for a snack. I get outside, thinking I should drive or walk to the store. It's probably 45 or 50 degrees outside. Snow has been melting like crazy the last few days, and my car, parked in the driveway, is covered with a thick layer of salt and dust. I took my hands around my fingertips along the back window of my car, sliding them back and forth, making a sort of idly wavy pattern through the accumulated salt on the back window. I remember this because it was fairly distinct. I decide to walk to the store. About 3/4 of a mile down a 35-mile-an-hour suburban road, and it's usually warm in the evening. Halfway through my walk, I hear a friendly double honk and look to the road to see my car drive by me. The road is well illuminated by streetlights, and I get a good 5 seconds look as the car drives past me. This was absolutely my car, a 10-year-old black Jeep Cherokee. with a huge dent and scratch in the driver's door, crooked license plate, tacky white wall tires, half the pin striping removed, and the same pattern in the salt of the back window I had just made with my fingers, the same distinct wavy pattern of me running my fingertips through the salt buildup. This is beyond a doubt my car, and it absolutely honked at me. As there were no other cars or people nearby as it passed, I wasn't able to see who was driving because I caught it right as it drove past. I watched it go all the way down the road and turn towards the convenience store. So I get to the store, the clerk who knows me and the fam says he didn't see my car. Didn't see anyone from my family come in today. I buy my stuff and book it home. I'm furious that someone took the car I worked like crazy to buy out for a joyride. I get home and immediately confront my mom, asking why someone, my sister I assumed, took my car, and she argues it was just at her home and the spare key has been in her purse the whole time. We confirm this and I storm out to check my car. Here's where it gets weird. It's in the exact place I left it. So I go and feel the hood, and the hood doesn't feel warm at all. I pop the hood and feel around the engine, going far as to grab the exhaust manifold and have it still cold. Okay, maybe it was such a short ride that the car didn't heat up. I start looking around and realize there's a huge puddle of snow melt at the end of the driveway, with no tire tracks through it. But I had a bunch of footprints from walking through it. There should be tire tracks. I check the sides of the driveway and there's patchy snow on really swampy soft ground. So it would have been obvious if the car was driven over the grass and not down the driveway. I then proceed to check under the car and the tires for signs of wetness. It was miserable cold and wet, but the bottom of the car was free from any sort of spray from the road. I even checked the floor mats for moisture from shoes. Nothing. There was no way this car was moved or driven in the last few hours. The whole ordeal was about 35 minutes. I was sitting around thinking about this later that week and realized that when I was walking up the store, I was wearing a hoodie with the name of my favorite band of the Minute across the back. If I had seen someone on the side of the road wearing that hoodie, I would have absolutely honked at them because, man, the Ataris were a sweet band, and that guy had great taste. In fact, I had done it a few times in the past, honked because I overwhelmingly agreed with someone's pop culture apparel. I was 17, guys. The thing that really freaks me out, that I have never been able to reconcile, is I'm 100% sure I saw my car drive by me. I'm 100% sure that it had not moved all the while I was at the store. Creeps me out to this day, and thinking about it fills me with this weird existential dread. Account as a throwaway because I don't normally wear a tinfoil hat. Weird Deja Vu, posted in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit by Picoves. Hi everyone. I rarely remember a dream, or wake up to one. Sometimes I don't remember a single dream in a year. About 5 years ago, I had this dream where I was lying in a bed, in a strange room watching TV. The TV was a distinct piece of furniture that doubled up as a small bar. I look to the right and see another single bed with my wife sitting on it, looking at something near her bedside table. Then I look up and over in the corner of the ceiling, and there's a dot with an arrow with some text next to it. The entire dream is clear and vivid, but when I try to read the text, it's blurred. I get up and close and still can't read it. Then I figure I must be dreaming and wake up in a cold sweat. I pretty much forget about it and then go about my life for like 8 months, at which point I'm stopping by in Abu Dhabi for 2 nights when returning from the Seychelles with my wife. That was February 2011, and we stay at the Royal Meridian. So we get in the room, set the suitcases to a corner, and I drop in bed and pick up the remote. I look at the TV, and this weird recollection of the dream comes rushing in as I recognize the bar and TV furniture. I look to the right to say it to my wife, and there she is over the bedside table reading what I now knew were the instructions for a pregnancy test she bought at the airport. My heart skips a beat. I look up to the corner of the ceiling, and there it is, the dot, the arrow, and the text saying Mecca. The next morning, the pregnancy test goes positive for our first son.